WrestleMania season may have come to an end. A few stories may have ended, but I have a feeling this podcast is just getting started. Let's do WrestleMania recap right after this. You are tuned into one of the most craziest podcasts we have out here in the whole YouTube verse, World Wide Web. But we love wrestling, and we are excited to be talking wrestling with all of you. It just feels something fresh, something new. Am I right, fellas?
Oh, yeah.
It feels like a new era.
Yeah, it feels like the Paul Levesque era. That is what we are living in, folks. That is what we are naming this. That's what we are calling this. And we just coming off of the heels of one of the greatest WrestleManias we have ever watched. And let's just call a spade a spade. I think we can all agree on that first and foremost. I'm excited to be here with all of you. Thank you for tuning in to the In My Opinion Network. And this is the We Book It Wrestling Pod, and I have my esteemed co-host with me, Tank.
What's going on?
Fritos.
What's up? What's up?
And Coach. And I appreciate you fellas for taking time out of your busy day to come talk some wrestling with your boy. And I am your host, Virgil. I'm super excited to be here with all of you guys. And once again, if you have not already, we already reached tier 1 of our subscriber list. We are headed towards tier 2. Tier 2, we want to hit, hopefully, maybe, possibly, before Backlash. I mean, like I said, that's 3 weeks away. That's getting us to 200 subs by Backlash. So, I mean, like I said, I'd settle for 150. But 200, and I'll do the podcast butt naked. I'm telling you guys, I'll do it right now. I'll do it. Whole podcast.
But I basically did last podcast butt naked.
Well, it's been fun, guys. But
yeah, this has been great, guys. We appreciate
Oh, no, they're leaving me. Okay. All right. Anyways, so, but no, in all seriousness, folks, when we reach tier 2, we are going to do something special for our subscribers, maybe a drawing of some sort, some t-shirts, and we're also trying to get some podcast swag going too that, like you said, our listeners can purchase and wear as well to show and support the podcast as well as spread the word. So we ask you, please spread the word. If you enjoy this podcast, share this podcast with your friends, with your family, with everybody around, because we definitely want to get the word out. We are on the rise and trying to grow as a podcast. But without further ado, that is enough plugging. Let's talk about WrestleMania. And folks, let's do an overall overview. How would you grade WrestleMania 40 as a whole, night 1 and night 2? Tank, what do you got for me?
Night 1, I thought was kind of for me. I would have given it probably a B minus, a B. Okay. Night 2 started off strong, ended strong, and so I'd give it a solid A.
Okay,
for sure.
All right. We got a solid A and a B. Those are both passing grades. And what do you got for them, Fritos?
I got the same. I thought, night 1 was, fairly strong. I know everyone's saying it's a little bit weaker, but still really good, solid matches going on. So I'd give that about, B plus. Then night 2, chef's kiss. It was chef's kiss the whole time. I'd give that a solid A plus.
Was it what was it just because of Cody, or just literally how they did the show as a whole? Oh, and joining the pod late, but joining our man, Big Daddy C. Big Daddy C. We are grading WrestleMania. We are grading WrestleMania 40 as a whole. Joining in the conversation. I'm sorry, Fritos, cut you off. Go ahead. And were you finished with your take?
I was going to say a little bit, mainly the Cody storyline, the whole Bloodline storyline. But, I mean, overall, I thought, the storylines that they did on night 2 were just done perfectly. Nothing too overdrawn. It just everything was just perfect.
Okay, Coach.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Fritos on that. I thought a solid B+ on night one. There was one or two matches that I kind of felt were a little underwhelming to kind of hurt that grade. But then night two, I think everything just was executed perfectly. Every single match had, from storyline to the actual wrestling to the entertainment value, I think was just perfect on night two. So yeah, I'm with Fritos. Gonna say B+ night one, A+ night two.
All right. Big Daddy C, you have to take yourself off mute. But what was your thoughts on and your grades as on WrestleMania as a whole?
Night one, I feel like night one was okay. I feel like for the first half of it was cool. I think the first half of the matches were pretty good. I didn't think Rhea was gonna beat Becky that easily. I thought it would have been a little bit of a longer match. And so I was kind of shocked by the finish. I was happy she won, of course, but I thought it was going to be a longer match. But for the most part, the other matches were good. The ladder match was nice. I thought that was going to be a little bit longer as well. I did not expect Austin Theory and Grayson Waller to win the SmackDown titles, tag team titles. I also didn't expect.
But hey, this guy did.
Yeah,
I did too.
Yeah. Same here.
The hottest booker.
Yeah.
Booker,
my predictions didn't go well at all, but it's all good. Judgment Day lost. So I guess. But for the most part, I feel like all the other matches are good. The main event I feel like could have been better. Kind of started out kind of slow. I don't know if you guys feel the same way. But yeah, I felt like it started out slow. There was a lot of stoppage, a lot of stoppage there.
Big Daddy C, you stumping over the next topic, sir. I just need your grades right now as a whole for night one and night two.
My bad.
Like I said,
you did say give me your thoughts and grades.
No, I said your grades. We asked your thoughts match by match.
Devin, did he not say
who is
your
Devin?
thoughts?
There's no Devin here.
Who's Devin?
Tank, did he not say
banana
your
boy.
thoughts?
Hey, also, hey, my name out your mouth.
You're a hoe.
This is between you and Virgil. Don't you involve me. Don't involve me.
All right. Final grade for night one, a B. And then for night two, I give night two an A.
Okay. All right. For myself, I would go ahead and say that night one, I would give night one a B-. Really was running up on that C+ range. Like I said, for night two, I obviously A++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++ and not just because of Cody Rhodes finishing his story, even though that is the main portion of WrestleMania 40, but also, like I said, because of some of the other things that we're going to get into. Now, with that being said, let's run down the list real quick, and since we have a panel, we're going to have to say hated it or loved it and why, and make it quick. Okay, because we got a lot to get to. We got 2 nights of wrestling to get to, and not a lot of time. And I don't want to keep the fans listening super late. Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch for the WWE Women's World Championship. Coach, hated it, loved it, and why?
Loved it because that's the route they needed to go. I loved the story with Becky saying like, "Oh, I needed this," and now you kind of have to repackage her character a little bit of like she's not the man anymore. It's Rhea Ripley's time to lead the women's division. I thought that was the right call. Liked it, loved it.
All right. Fritos, liked it, loved it. Becky Lynch, Rhea Ripley, what say you?
I loved it. Everyone knows I'm a mommy fan, and just the fact that she got her favorite band, to even do her entrance song, and now even having to do a live performance for WrestleMania 40, it's just a great moment for her, and just continue her momentum to continue on forward with the draft coming up soon. Possibly more people like Jade going against each other. So I felt like this win was perfect for her.
Gotcha. I love it. Tank, Liked it, loved it, hated it. Rhea Ripley, Becky Lynch.
I'm indifferent. I'm pretty neutral. I liked it, sort of simple fact that Rhea won. Didn't blow my mind though. I mean, and that's with no disrespect intended. It was something I'll rewatch and probably have a different opinion of it, but I loved it for the simple fact that it was great to Rhea carry it on, like Coach was saying, and for Becky to take some time off, regroup, maybe come back with a heel character.
Big Daddy C, liked it, hated it. Rhea Ripley, Becky Lynch.
Liked it because Rhea won. That's pretty much it.
Gotcha. I am the same. I felt that Rhea Ripley was the right horse to back in this. I liked it, didn't love it, didn't hate it. I mean, it was what it was as a wrestling match. I was impressed with how strong they made Rhea look and how Becky was basically fighting for her life. I love the caveat of her having strep throat earlier in the week and how they kept bringing that up and how the cold weather and stuff was going to affect her, which was really a theme throughout the whole night of WrestleMania night one. They kept talking about the cold weather and how it was affecting wrestlers and stuff. And I'm like, but y'all a $1 billion company and y'all pay for heaters to literally bog down on the ring. You can't tell me these people are not burning up right now. But I mean, what do I know? I wasn't at WrestleMania 40. Thanks a lot, wife. Anyways,
someone sleep on the couch tonight.
Yeah, right? Seriously.
Six-pack ladder match challenge. Liked it, loved it, hated it. Coach.
Oh, loved it. I love a great ladder match, and I thought that was executed perfectly to split the titles the way that they did. I know it wasn't a popular opinion that Waller in theory won the SmackDown ones, but I kind of felt like that's the route they were going. And then, of course, R-Truth getting his moment to win the title. And then just the crazy spots. You can't go wrong with crazy spots in a ladder match. So, loved it.
Fritos, liked it, hated it, loved it.
Just like my wise man, the coach there, I loved it. I loved that how they split the titles. I loved what R-Truth trying to tag in the middle of the match. I just loved.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, how could you? He's comedy gold. I actually love the teams. I love Theory and Waller. I think they're really athletic. They're really young. It's going to bring some youth to the tag teams on SmackDown. And I mean, like you said, R-Truth finally got his WrestleMania moment. So, I mean, to me, him winning it and bringing the titles down, perfect.
Tank, liked it, loved it, hated it. Six-pack challenge.
I liked it enough. It was a little awkward at first with Grayson and Theory. I thought there was going to be a little bit more momentum there for them to get it. Loved it for the fact about Awesome Truth, but man, he was struggling getting those belts, dude. He was up there for a while, but
he's got that arachnophobia.
But there were some great spots, great little throwback, callbacks, not callbacks, but tributes, as in the DIY. I think the best part about that whole match was the fact that they came out with a DX theme, which was pretty cool for me. But overall, liked it.
Gotcha. Big Daddy C, liked it, loved it, hated it. What are your thoughts, sir?
I liked it. The only thing I would have fixed was probably not having anyone grab the titles as soon as they did. I feel like when Waller and Mr. A-Town down himself grabbed their titles, I feel like it was a little bit too soon. I figured, it would have been a little bit longer before someone even grabbed the first set of titles. So I feel like, that could have been a little bit better. And I guess in addition to that, obviously Waller and, Theory not winning at all would have been nice too. But, it is what it is. So overall, liked it.
Gotcha. I'm gonna take a turn on this one and say I hated this match. I don't think that it was good at all. I do believe that it was time to split the tag team titles up. I do think it was a creative way to split up the tag team titles. However, I do not like the makeup of the match. Whoever produced this match, when you put this up against the folklore of what ladder matches have meant at WrestleMania, there was not enough action in this match. There was not enough crash and burn, not enough kill in this match to really satisfy what the other ladder matches at WrestleMania history have meant. This match is probably very low on the list for me as far as WrestleMania ladder matches go. Like I said, outcome, whatever it is, but I hated this match.
I
if
think
you're talking about the inside ring match.
Now you say that, like the fact that ladder broke as well, I think that kind of hurt the credibility of the match a little bit, because they had to, obviously, like they were talking, like get that ladder out of there.
She tried to stop Damian Priest from grabbing the belt because the ladder was getting ready to break. So she held onto his foot. The ref held onto his foot. The camera caught it, and like she's sitting there holding his foot, and he's like, "Let me go."
Wait, so that ladder was broke when he was trying to climb it? When Priest was trying to climb it?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh, you didn't?
And
was it broken? That thing was going like this.
Yeah, I didn't catch that.
It was on 3 legs.
Right.
It had 3 legs.
And then R-Truth, being the veteran that he was, slid another ladder into the ring and helped Priest. And Michael Cole tried to cover it up and was like, I think R-Truth still thinks he's part of the Judgment Day or something like that. Which, I mean,
they tried.
Yeah,
all due respect to all of them, though, everybody involved. Kudos to keeping the match alive. You know what I mean?
And keeping each other safe.
Keeping it going. Yeah.
But very, very, very weak ladder match in the history of ladder matches at WrestleMania, if you ask me. Moving right along, fellas. Rey Mysterio and Andrade versus Santos Escobar and Dominic Mysterio. Liked it, hated it, loved it. Coach, what you got for me?
I'm going to kind of go your route here. Virgil might be with the unpopular opinion, but I actually hated it. I was not a fan of it. It started out strong, and then as it progressed, it just got sloppy, and then it just became gimmicky. And then, of course, Jason Kelsey, Lane Johnson coming in. It was like, come on. Like, this was a good enough story to where you didn't need to have outside interference. If anything, have Carlito turn heel. That would have been more compelling than, oh, hey, let's just bring 2 Philadelphia Eagles in for it. So I was not a fan of this match.
I got my booker's pencil in my hand. That was actually my plan. If I had booked this match, that's what I would have booked to happen. That's actually what I predicted was going to happen, was a Carlito heel turn after taking out Dragon Lee. But Fritos, what do you got? Liked it, loved it, hated it?
Neutral. So what? Like? Is that what we're going to go with?
Yeah.
Like being neutral?
Yeah.
I mean, fairly decent match. I mean, I saw reports that WWE was trying to get Jason Kelsey. We should have seen that coming with it being Philly, with the last year's Super Bowl celebration when him getting drunk with the Rey Mysterio mask, partying with Marshmallow, dancing around. We should have somewhat see that coming. So, I mean, it was kind of cool just to see a Philly guy there get involved. But, I mean, was it needed? Not really. So, I mean, yeah. But, I mean, I do like the fact that Andrade got this WrestleMania moment and this win, kind of build his momentum going on forward.
All right. Tank, what do you got? Liked it, loved it, hated it? Where we at? Where we stand?
So I was neutral about it because, you had some of the most talented people across the globe, I think. Santos and Andrade know how to put on a match, no matter what. And I think, and obviously Ray and they know how to put a match too. I was waiting for the Carlito heel turn. In the back of my mind, I'm like, yeah, probably not going to happen, because where does Carlito go from there? Where do they put his character from there and grow him? But I don't know how that fits into their overall scheme. I'm gonna say I didn't like the Jason Kelsey Lane Johnson angle. I think it was weird. I think it was awkward. They brought them in, and then they raised their hands, all glad. It was just kind of. I get it. It was for let's call a spade here. It was for a cheap pop from the crowd, but I mean, overall, it was like okay, next match,
Sure. All right, Big Daddy C, what you got for me, sir, on the Rey Mysterio and Andrade versus Santos Escobar versus Dominic Mysterio?
Yeah, I was neutral as well. Honestly, I didn't care for the match. I'm gonna be real with you. Like we had Ray versus Dom last year, so it's just like, all right, y'all threw two other people in it this time around. So I'm like, I mean, come on, like I feel like that was a filler match. Honestly, that's a match that could have been on the pre-show. Like, like if they were still doing pre-shows, that would have been the match on the pre-show. And so I'm neutral. I didn't hate it, but at the same time, I didn't love it. I didn't really care for it. So no disrespect to those guys, but I feel like it could have been saved for a certain pay-per-view that's getting ready to come up after this one.
WrestleMania Backlash.
Hey, I ain't say it, Mike. I ain't say it, Mike. You see, he backed out. He backed out. Hey.
Garbage.
But you can still hear me.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and move forward and pretend that didn't happen. Rey Mysterio and Andrade versus Santos Escobar and Dominic Mysterio. This is the weakest match of WrestleMania. Honestly, it had no build up. It really had no feud. It had nothing in between. And I understand that you figure you have a built-in feud because Rey and Santos have been feuding for the past 6 or 7 months and whatnot. And then Dom's just an easy put back in. But then, like I said, yeah, I know that Charlotte put her nuts on the table and was like, hey, you give my husband a match at WrestleMania or else. But seriously, come on, Triple H, have a little bit of backbone now. You're the man in the company. You're the man with the pencil. I'm the man with the pencil on this podcast. You're the man with the pencil in the company. I need you to stand up to her and tell her, no, he has not done enough yet to get a feud and get a WrestleMania payday. I know exactly what happened, y'all. I'm telling you, like I said, this was a Charlotte Flair thing.
We book it, not we shit on it, Mike.
No. We gonna tell the truth on this podcast. We gonna tell the truth. Ain't no pandering. All right. And I'm telling you guys now, Charlotte Flair put her nuts on the table and was like, give my husband a match. And next year you better give us both matches. And we both better win championships next year. I bet we better Triple H or AEW. I'm gonna call AEW, like I said. So nevertheless,
that didn't work so great for Andrade. I'm gonna go on mute now.
Hey, listen, you ain't wrong about that, pal. But I think that it's important to look and realize, though, that this was the weakest match on the card. It just was not good. Like I said, the backstory nobody cared about. We've already seen Dom versus Rey last year, and it was way better in Los Angeles. We were close to Rey to the 619. Rey was the Mexican superhero last year. This year, like I said, it just felt rushed, put together, something that was last minute. Have you guys ever been to a pancake house and they send you out a sloppy pancake that you could tell they didn't leave on the griddle enough? That's what this match felt like to me. It's just something like that. So
it's usually when I cook them, actually.
Learn how to cook them, Hickman.
All right. Well,
pancakes.
we gonna
pancakes with no butter.
Yeah, there you go.
It's like when you peel back a banana.
Okay, now you're done.
And we're gonna go ahead and go on to the next match. All right. Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso. Let's hear from Coach.
I mean, I'm gonna go neutral here. I liked it just for the sole reason that Jey won and all the super kicks that we got, that we were going for the over-under there. But, I mean, you would think two guys who are twins would have better chemistry. I mean, it was just, So that's all I'm going to say. It was just, for me. And then I will say they made up for it night 2 with that big spot they did off the ramp. Because I was like, okay, where was that night 1? But it was just, it was for me. There, I did like the result, but it was just
Fritos, what do you got for him?
Same, just I said originally I wanted Jimmy to win, Because I figure if you had Jimmy, then you have Roman and The Rock win, it just look all, doom and gloom for Cody. Then when he wins, bam, bright side. So, I mean, like he said, I thought there'd be better chemistry again. They've been tag teams for how long? They probably wrestled together for how long together? It just didn't feel that chemistry. And I thought there'd be more high-flying moves than how many super kicks do we get? Was it 17?
I think
15 or 16.
I counted 20.
You counted 20?
Okay, so we were counting.
Line.
I was gonna say.
No.
Were we counting kicks to the
That's what our
chest?
over.
Yeah,
That's what our over-under was.
Chest and the kicks, but it was just an average, all right match, really.
Big Daddy C.
I'd say I'm neutral on it. I think in regards to their chemistry, I believe with them being a tag team for pretty much their entire career, I know they've had solo matches, but this is like their first big match against each other, especially on this level. I feel like there's definitely some nerves there, or just like just that lack of experience of going against each other, on this big stage. Like, it's different when we saw Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy do it. They had chemistry. It wasn't the first time they went against each other in the singles competition on a big stage. Bret Hart, Owen Hart, same thing. Like, we've seen it. I'm sure they went against each other several times, and they developed that chemistry. So I think with the Usos, I feel like it on this level is something that they weren't used to, and it showed. But overall, we knew Jey was going to win. So, I did like, we
didn't all know because when Fritos grabbed this book and pencil, he picked Jimmy Uso.
Yeah, it was a respectable match, but I thought it would have been a little bit better. At least from a competitive standpoint, I thought it would have been a little bit better. So, but overall, I liked it.
All right, Tank, what do you got for him?
The match just felt rushed. I remember, Coach and Fritos, because we were the only ones at Fritos' house actually watching and hanging out as a group. But we were watching, and the end seemed pretty like boom, 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 boom. Like there was the slight build there in the middle, and there, like, Jimmy was like, okay, like, I'm sorry, man, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? There was that like obvious ploy, obvious throw in for a match against two siblings. The obvious, like, let me, like the typical heel maneuver for somebody they used to care about. In the storyline they used to care about, and it just it just felt rushed, man. Like, I remember I was specifically talking to Coach, like we were talking, and all of a sudden we looked over, and we were like, did that just end? Like, what? Like, where was the like the goat? Dude, I look like I'm having a bra on. But it looked like it looked pretty, like, it just looked rushed overall.
What'd you say?
I'm sorry.
Say.
I'm sorry. No, I was like, titties.
I thought you said, never mind. I'll say offline.
No, it was me channeling my inner Jerry Lawler. I'm sorry.
Oh, man.
This is a professional group, guys.
Puppies, no.
Just the black version. Titties.
He said the black version. Oh, man. Okay. Tank, did you finish your take, or you good?
Yeah, I'm good now. The freaking C over here just throwing it out, man.
Also, first and foremost, I want to point out, thanks for not calling him Big Daddy like other people on this podcast. But like I said,
Big Daddy.
Yo, this is the way he said it, man.
And that's why I'm on top.
You're all trash.
Oh, dude. Oh man, that was funny.
Vulgar.
All right, y'all. So I'm gonna get to this match. To quote my very best friend in the whole wide world, his name is Birdman and Iceberg. He would call this match mid. Basically, what ended up happening was Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso. I did not believe they were alpha blood. You could tell they still loved each other. Point blank, you can tell they still loved each other. When you saw
to add to that, pick a lane, WWE.
Oh yeah,
Pick a lane.
yeah. No, pick a lane, Jey Uso. Pick a lane, Jimmy Uso. Either you hate each other or you love each other. But like I said, I love the video package to start the match. I'm just want to take a quick second here. These video packages that they put together, whoever replaced Kevin Dunn had to have worked in the movies or with somebody from the Seven Bucks crew, because man, every single video package was theater quality. I felt like I was at AMC. I wanted to grab a box of popcorn. I wanted to grab my favorite slushie, and I wanted to grab some of those gummy, some of those nerds. I wanted to sit back and I wanted to watch everything like I was at a picture show. Yeah. They did excellent quality with those videos to start with the pre-packaging. I mean, it was excellent. Chef's kiss. However, this match, mid. It was like Popeyes with no seasoning. It was basically like, you did what you wanted to do. I mean, like I said, but it just wasn't enough. I didn't believe that they wanted a route for blood with each other.
We should start with which ones did you like,
I think what hurt this match was that they waited too late to like restart, like to kind of bring it back, because they had it going, and then I think Jay took time off, and then Jimmy was still wrestling, and then they kind of just went away from it, and then it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna bring it back 4 weeks up until WrestleMania, and then it was like y'all didn't have enough fire, enough opportunities for them to really develop that hatred. Like you said, they weren't alpha blood. So it's like, you didn't have Jimmy attacking this man until 3-4 weeks prior to the event. So it's
he's still saying he loved them. Yeah. He still said in all his promos, he asked them the week before to come join him, come back to him. And I'm sitting here looking at this man like, Jey Uso, you are a future world heavyweight champion. Drop this dead weight. You are Michael Jackson. He is Tito. Drop his ass in a heartbeat. Please get rid of him.
Who hurt you tonight?
Everyone did. Jesus. Look at C.
Dude,
that's Big Dad.
That's because that hits near and dear to C.
Yo. So that man is Michael and Tito. Man, well, I guess it's better than Jermaine, I guess. But
yeah, fair enough. Anyways, I mean, I really should have called him Marlon. That's what I should have called his ass. Anyways, moving right along, Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair, and Naomi, the Power is what we called them on this show, defeated Damage Control. What do you guys got? Liked it, loved it, hated it? Coach, I'm starting with you.
I liked it. It was just kind of for me again, but I loved the chemistry that Power showed with Jade, Naomi, and Bianca, especially for how quickly they had to get together. I thought the chemistry was really good, and then of course the main goal was to make Jade look strong, and they did that. So liked it. I'm indifferent about it, but I'm just happy that it made Jade look strong.
Fair enough. Fritos, moving right along to you, sir.
Loved it. I mean, that was my pick for a quick squash match and for the Power to win. I mean, I was right. Best booker ever. But, I mean,
look, come on now. A blind cat could have figured who was going to win this match.
But, I mean, I liked it. Just the fact that
blindfolded, stuck in the basement, Stevie Wonder. Never mind.
Jesus Christ.
Oh man!
I like
that was quoting The Rock. That was quoting The Rock.
Hey, look, Fritos. I feel like I've been at your head all night tonight, man. I apologize. I'm sorry.
No.
Hey, come on, man. No, I didn't mean it like that.
Mute the mic. Mute. No. You don't get a pass. Fritos, continue.
Hey,
I'm out. I'm just a co-host.
Hey,
he's
man.
A producer. But I like it.
You're good. You're good. Go ahead, Fritos. Restart. Right. Restart, Fritos.
I liked it. Just the fact that they're building Jade up. They did the same thing with Monday with the Chelsea Green match. With this draft coming up soon, I mean, who knows what's going to happen? Maybe she's going to go to Raw. We're going to get that Rhea Jade match that we're looking forward to. I mean, it's just a great build-up match for them as well. No, since Virgil's still muted, Big Daddy, what's your thoughts?
Mute him. No, we're done. We're done with this We're done with this nonsense. Mute him.
Thank you, Booker of the Year.
Thank you.
I am your wise man.
You saw
the makings of the best episode so far, boys. This might be the best one so far.
Oh man. Okay. All right. Yeah, I thought it was gonna be a squash match as I predicted from the start. But obviously, I wanted to watch the match. So I was happy with what I saw.
Can I get to the yams?
Man, sweet yams.
Sweet yams.
Don't lean away because I got bills to pay. But yeah. But yeah, it was a good match. The blacks defeated the Japanese. So it was,
what the
Jesus Christ.
We have worked hard. We have worked hard.
Hey, this is going off the record. Hey, wait a minute.
Continuous weeks, Claude. Continuous.
Okay, I'm done. All right, the beautiful power women defeated the damage control women.
So we are like at the flight lights.
Yes, and they put up a very valiant effort, but ultimately power reigned supreme, and overall I liked it. Actually, no, I loved it. But yeah, that's my thoughts. Yeah.
Coach is crying.
I'll try my best to pivot, man. I'll try my best to pivot.
The pivot.
Oh,
The gas pedal, bro.
Oh,
I'm choking on my own spit.
oh,
Man.
oh. Okay. All right. Everybody pause.
My apologies to everyone out there. I didn't mean it in the email.
Hey, look. Everybody pause. Take us back to. Come on, bring us back in.
Yeah, let's bring. Yeah,
My
apologies, everyone. I didn't mean to go off the rails like that. My apologies.
Steer the ship, Tank, back on course. Be the leader. Come on.
Let's see.
Oh man.
Follow that.
Don't kick us off
Dude.
YouTube.
Tell us what you think. Come on.
It was a good match. Yeah, I liked it. See.
I'm sorry, man.
All right. Well, if that's all you got for him, Tank, I got my Booker's pencil. I got my Booker's pencil on one more time.
Go ahead, Mike.
I will add this. I think, in all seriousness, we talk about chemistry of Jimmy and Jey match.
Mm-hmm.
The chemistry between Bianca and Jade will only benefit their feud later on. I will add that.
Of course,
I think this is the makings for a great feud later on.
Yeah. The way I look at things, Jade Cargill might have been Mexican last night because it was her quinceañera. It was her coming out party at WrestleMania, and she did her thing. She looked big. She looked bold. She looked beautiful. She looked powerful. She looked dominant from the entrance of the three of them coming down together from the heavens and then stepping onto that platform. You just knew somebody gonna get their ass kicked. And you just believed in that moment it was getting ready to happen. And they literally walked down to the ring and did exactly that. A+ presentation. However, Jay got to find a better way to pose because some of this stuff just don't be looking right. I'm just going to put it out there for you. I mean, like I said, I don't know. Like I said, she looks awkward in the ring when she's just posing like, that's what I'm talking about. Y'all know what's up and stuff like that. It look a little crazy. I'm like,
what
okay,
do you
I don't
want her to do? Shake some ass like Meg the Stallion? Like, what do you want her to do?
I'm not going to answer that. Anyways, we're going to move right along. Sami Zayn defeated Gunther for the WWE Intercontinental Championship match. 600.
Can you mute this man, please?
Claude, put the beer down, bud. Come on. Oh, Fritos is still muted. I'm sorry, Fritos. I forget.
I was wondering why it was so quiet. The content was great.
Hey, I forgot, bro. I forgot. My bad. I'm sorry. I forgot. I'm sorry, Fritos. Forgive me. You're my man, bro. You're my man. I'm sorry.
Is this how CM Punk felt like during the promo with Triple H? God damn.
Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize. All right, Coach. Sami Zayn ending the great reign of Gunther, a.k.a. Walter, a.k.a. the Ring General. How'd you feel about this match, sir?
This one in ring, I loved what happened, but storyline wise, I'm still not a fan of it because I still feel like it should have been Gable that should have been in there. I will say that they kind of won me over with like I said, the in-ring style that they did and the storytelling in there, but I'm just going to say liked it because I don't want to say I hated it but I also just didn't love it at the same time, mainly because I still think it should have been Gable, not Sami.
Gotcha. Fritos, give us your take, sir.
Same thing. I've been saying for weeks that it should have been Gable in this match. I mean, I get the whole Rocky. Whoa, where is everyone at? But the whole Rocky, storyline that they were doing, they kept saying, "Oh, it's like Rocky 3." I mean, I would have liked Gunther to have the title a little bit longer, but I get it.
You look pretty.
I can't take you serious. I hate you all. Sorry,
God.
Except for Coach. But I get.
Thank you, my Booker of the Year,
Coach.
And Virgil.
Thank you, my Booker of the Year.
Back. All right. But I get why they took the time.
Look, I'm trying to pick some different ways to produce this show. I'm sorry, I just picked the moment where you were talking and focusing on your face.
Appreciate it. I mean, I get why they took the title off of Gunther. I just wish he kept it a little bit longer.
Sure.
And that way we knew what the storyline is for the World Heavyweight Champion or Cody's Undisputed Championship. That way we could get a little bit more clear path than just him being titleless.
Sure. Big Daddy C, what do you got for him, brother?
I'll pick Sami to win, of course. That was arguably my top 5 match of the entire weekend, honestly. Probably top 3. I loved it. Obviously, Gable. I would have preferred for it to be a triple threat, honestly. But it didn't work out that way. But I am intrigued to see Sami versus Gable for the Intercontinental title at some point. But overall, I love the match. So.
All right. Tank, you can take yourself off mute, sir. You have been unleashed. Give it to him.
What? What?
See, you heard that too, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, he muted himself. Good. You're done. You're done, bro. Anyway, great match, but I agree with everybody else. I mean, Gable's moment, to be honest with you. Sami's already had his moments in WrestleMania. I mean, let's be honest. Like a bunch of the other wrestlers and the performers have had their chance at WrestleMania, their moments at WrestleMania, right? But when has Gable gotten his, man?
Yeah.
I mean, the closest thing we came to it was when him and Jason Jordan.
Yeah.
And they were going, so, I mean, this one, great match. Glad Sami's champion. Glad Gunther's going to go after the main titles now. So, overall, this should have been Gable. This should have been a triple threat, or at least Gable being in it somehow.
Appreciate that. I'm going to go ahead and quadruple that what you guys said with one take. This does not need to be a lengthy IC title run for Sami Zayn. I actually believe that this should be fairly quick. We've had long, lengthy reigns for a long time now. Same person having a title. Sami Zayn doesn't really need the Intercontinental Championship. I think you put that title on Gable and let him put the rocket ship on himself and go to the moon with that IC title, elevating it with good matches, putting on a good show, and also making Chad Gable heel. I believe that Sami Zayn should beat him the first time. Second time, Gable does some underhanded tactics, finally gets his win or whatnot, and then after that, like I said, they move forward from there. And like I said, but all in all, this match was pretty good. I liked again the opening of this match. I like what they did with having everybody rile up Sami. And I love the fact, I don't know if you guys have noticed this. This is something again new that production is doing within WWE since Kevin Dunn is gone. But like they're following behind the wrestlers, coming out from behind, not just like from the front, shooting them from the front angle. So like I said, so it's pretty good.
Bye, Tank.
Okay, see you, man.
Bro, you're doing this on purpose now.
Bro, you got to let me live. Now. You got to let me live and get my take out, all right? That was not intentional pause, all right? Anyways, yeah, should not be a lengthy reign. Happy for Sami. Happy he got to kiss his wife. Happy his son got to wipe his tears away and whatnot, even though he still didn't win the big one because he hasn't been a world champion. But I suspect within the next year or so, 2 years, probably we'll see Sami Zayn hopefully capture a world championship, probably as a heel, if I'm being honest with you. All right, so let's move right along, folks. The Rock and Roman Reigns defeat Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins night 1. Uno, what do you got for me, Coach? Uno momento.
I'm going to go with I loved it because that was the result that should have happened to continue the storyline, and just the in-ring work I thought was really good from all four. But, man, that first part of it, I mean, it was like I get it. There's like this moment that wrestlers and performers have, like where you try and feel the crowd and everything. You take it all in. They were freaking standing there for 10 minutes just staring at each other. It's like, okay, well then just start kissing and doing something. I don't know, like do something. I don't
care. Yes, we're here. We can see you.
Yeah.
Can I touch your belt? You can touch mine. Don't mute me. Sorry, I was quoting what.
Anyways, yeah, storyline wise and in ring work wise, I thought was great, and that's why I did love that match.
What I miss, I was lagging. What did he say?
We're not doing it.
If you miss it, you're gonna have to watch it on the replay. Fritos, what'd you think of this match?
The same thing. I mean, me and Coach.
I love you, Jay. Come on, we gotta go.
He's my wise man. I mean, I hated the beginning, just it being slow. So I don't know if that cold weather played into effect too. I know Triple H was talking about that in the press conference, which again, they need if they're going to start doing more outdoor stuff, plan ahead, get heaters, figure something out.
They had heaters in the ring. It was up like did y'all not look up at the top of the thing that see those big red, orange glowing lights? Those were heaters pouring down heat onto the ring for the wrestlers.
They're still feeling it though.
Are you talking about them big lights they had in St. Louis when we went to see Raw?
No, I'm not talking about those.
But even like in the press conference, he kept saying like that wind chill coming in.
They probably had him at Survivor Series though.
So, I mean, I liked it. The outcome's what we wanted. It's what we needed.
Bro, I can't believe it. He went to SummerSlam. He went to Survivor Series without me, bro. He did it. And CM Punk was there. And I didn't get a call at all.
So we got three things that pisses Mike off. Any bad Cena remarks, any mention of me of Survivor Series from last year, or
Survivor Series 2023 is the worst moment in history for me.
Or WrestleMania Backlash. Those are the three things that sets Mike off.
Guilty.
All right, go ahead.
I'm getting on my take. So you could go to Big Daddy. Go to Big Daddy. Let's see what his take is.
Stop saying it like that.
Nah, it's staying like that. Big Daddy.
Stop.
Don't mute me, please.
All right, man. What we talking about again?
The main event, night one.
Oh yeah, man. They was walking around staring at each other and stuff. Like throw some hands. Like then stop, stare around. Like what are y'all doing? I'm like y'all have main evented WrestleMania before. Like come on now. Like let's not do this. I'm like y'all in Philly. I'm like, embrace the crowd. Like y'all, we here. Like they there. Like do what y'all got to do. Y'all done built this up for like over a year, damn near. And so I'm like, just do what y'all got to do. Ain't no stopping to feel the crowd. Do it. And so I just feel like overall, I liked it. I didn't love it. I feel like it was just too much stoppage, man. But for the most part, they kind of made up in the latter half of it. So. Yeah.
Tank, what do you got for him?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't a fan of the match in general. I mean, everybody knew what was gonna happen. It was quite obvious. The stare down in the very beginning. I remember once again cueing Coach and Fritos. Like we all were just like, do something. Like, what are we doing? Like. Slap each other, do something. Just do something. What, Fritos?
You know what I was going to say?
The old...
Yep.
We'll keep that for more rated R pod moment. But, it just...
Rated R so far.
It's pretty much.
Okay, then in that instance, it's that me. Never mind. I can't do it.
Dick twist. Give him a dick twist.
Oh.
It's from a TikTok. Don't meet me. I'm just quoting the TikTok here.
Yeah, he's
it is TikTok. It is TikTok. That was a good time. But overall. And that's what you get for the banana comments. That's what you get.
And
anyway, so it just wasn't a fun match.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and move forward now. So let's look at what we got going on.
Yeah, you can't mute me. You can't mute me.
Oh my god,
it's muted again.
Hey, this gonna help us get views, low key. So we just having a good time, honestly. Yeah,
all right, so man, we're moving forward now. So we're gonna go ahead with the rest of the show. We apologize for losing Tank. I think he's gone. Tank, we can't hear you. We can't see you. Oh, look who's John Cena now. Tank is John Cena. Yeah.
Gone like Aaron Rodgers. Oh, he's back now.
Look at him. This is why they shouldn't give me power as a producer, because this is the stuff I do. I'd be petty like this. All right. So we're going to go ahead.
Say something nice about him. I was going to say something nice about him later on.
You were not. I don't believe it.
He was. Ask Fritos and C when Cena came out. But never mind.
Needs to shave his fucking hair, though.
Hey. Keep it PG.
F-bomb. That is something we can see.
I'm giving him positive criticism about his hair.
That was my joke.
Shave it.
You don't steal from my Booker of the Year.
Retired to the ball spot. He needs to shave it.
Hey, Big C, you the man, brother, but you're talking a little bit too much. All right, we're going to go and give you time out. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and move forward now. What I was getting ready to say was we have...
Cena. I'll see myself out.
We're going to take him off the stage now. Now, moving right along until I'm done with my tank. Until I'm done with my tank, then I'll put Tank back in. But basically what we're looking at right now is a awesome tag team match that was ruined by the first 5 minutes of literally sitting there staring at each other. I felt like I was at some type of fashion show or something like that. I get it. Like they wanted that Hulk Hogan Rock feel where like they both walk and meet each other in the ring. Hogan looks one way, Rock looks the other. Rock looks the other way, Rogan looks the other, and whatnot, and all of that stuff. But they did not capture that moment in the same sense. And the crowd was really ready for them to start throwing hands, and it took them forever to throw hands. And so we just got tired of it. But all in all, it was an all right match. They had to slow the match down for The Rock. They had to do some outside interference stuff. I love the way that The Rock abused his power and basically threw his weight around and told the ref, "I'll fire you if you finish this match. I mean, if you call this match off or disqualify us." So, like I said, I love the abuse of power. I think we're going to see more of that as things go along because The Rock and Cody Rhodes ain't done, as we will talk about in our we lost Coach. Oh, he's back. His Wi-Fi starting to mess up again.
No. Oh, thank God.
Connection actually works.
That's funny. That is funny. All right, so let's move right along. Night 2, World Heavyweight Championship match. Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre. Fritos.
I loved it. I mean, just between their work in the ring and Drew literally middle of the match, getting his phone from his wife, tweeting, bored at work, LOL. That man's heel run is going to be legendary. I like Drew getting his moment in front of the crowd. And I love, we get the reveal Punk. His elbow is A-OK. I'm still shocked about the Priest cashing in and winning it. But, I mean, now it kind of makes sense. I mean, like everyone's talking about, this WrestleMania was the ultimate FU to Vince. Mm-hmm. And what's a better way than, having one of Triple H's boys taking the title off the chosen one, Vince's chosen one, if you will. So, I mean, finally, we're done with the Money Bank case. And, I mean, it was just perfect.
Good deal. Coachman, what do you got for him?
Yeah, kind of the same thing. Loved the match. I loved the high octane spots that Seth and Drew were doing. And I loved the moment that they had. Like you could see them talking to each other. Drew saying, "You're the man," and then Rollins saying, "You freaking deserve it." And I thought that was cool. And honestly, I was like, okay, I was just kind of waiting for the screen to kind of fade away and go to a break or something. But then they just kept showing it. And then Drew walking over to Punk, I was, again, just kind of waiting. And then once Punk attacked, then I was like, oh God, it's happening. Priest is going to cash in. And then sure enough, he did. And I'm curious to see, I think that's just going to exhilarate McIntyre's heel run even more. And we kind of saw a preview of that last night on Monday Night Raw. I mean, he was on fire on the microphone again as a heel. And this is just going to make him even better as one. And then when he eventually wins that title at Clash at the Castle, it's going to be glorious.
Big Daddy C.
I like the match for the most part. I believe it was time for Seth to drop the strap, obviously. Outside of injuries, I just feel like it was just time for a new champion. And so it was nice to see Drew win a world title in front of a crowd, after not being able to do so a couple of years ago. But Priest cashing in, I was kind of shocked about that. I didn't expect him to cash in at Mania. I thought it might have been the night after or maybe a few weeks down the road. I didn't know. I forgot how much time he had left. But overall, I thought it was a good match. I'm glad that, the title changed hands. We get to see a new champion, fresh champion, especially somebody that's been working hard towards it, like Damian Priest. And so for the most part, and now we get to see, what happens with Drew and CM Punk with their feud coming up at WrestleMania Backlash. So yeah, I liked it. Yeah.
You only did that because I muted you that one time. That's the only reason why you did that, to be petty.
Yeah, I did.
To be fair, when you kicked me out this last time, I went and took a piss and washed my hands and still had time to come back.
Oh, okay. See, well, it all worked out. See, I'm a good producer. All right, what do you got for me, Tank?
Overall, great match. I like the I like the immediate ringing of the bell, finisher hit, and I like the Claymore kick from Drew. And from then on, I think it set a good precedent for the match, and not only that, for the whole night. I think it set the tone. To me, the CM Punk Drew McIntyre thing was kind of weird at first. It looked like they were trying to be serious while also acting. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
If you guys have noticed, ever since Punk has come back, he's more so I don't know. He's trying to revert back to his AEW in a little bit, like the realism. And I think that just goes to show what Triple H is wanting to do with the product from here on out. But overall, great match. A little disappointed in the choice of Damian Priest being champion. Do I think he deserves it? Yes, but in the right circumstance. I think right now you could have easily had Drew win and then beat Damian, and then carry that on and carry more momentum until CM Punk inevitably wins it. But right now, it's just it was kind of weird. But overall, great match.
Good deal. I am of the same cloth as you guys. I thought it was a great match. I thought that it saved. Well, not saved. It started. It started WrestleMania Night 2 off with a good start. It's important with these pay-per-views that they start off hot. And nothing better to start off with than a world championship match, especially when you pretty much know the title is going to change hands. You just got to know how it's going to change hands. Like I said, they played right into Seth Rollins' injuries from the night before and getting his butt kicked by the Rock and Roman Reigns. And so literally, like I said, it was just one of those things where it was only a matter of time before Drew hit that final Claymore and ended things. However, I was shocked at how many Claymores it took. I actually thought that they made Rollins look very, very strong. Like, he did not leave that looking like a weak, beat down, defeated man. And he still made a second appearance in the same night. I mean, so you got to appreciate the fact that he was still able to do so. And I really think he was working injured too. I really think he might have pulled the ankle or something like that. I don't think he was feigning that injury. But more news on that. Then obviously Drew has to go and rub it in CM Punk's face that he stole his moment. He saved WrestleMania. He's the World Heavyweight Champion. He did exactly what he said he was going to do. And obviously CM Punk pulls off the brace. It's like, skip you. Now, Fritos, I will say one thing. I immediately thought about you as soon as I saw CM Punk come out and I saw he had that brace on. I'm like, man, because Fritos is saying he's going to get involved somehow in this match, but he's got the brace on. So is he really still hurt? And then, like I said, and obviously they made him wear a brace out. He had to use it, but he used it as a weapon in order to cause Drew McIntyre to lose that match. So, Fritos, kudos to you on once again being best booker of the year. I got my booker pencil. I'm trying to learn and take notes. Thank you so much. And like I said, but yeah, all in all, it was a good match. It was a good cash in, a good turn of events, and a good fresh start for the man Damian Priest. Now it's going to be him and Jey Uso from that Uso gang flying high and feuding against each other, and I'm excited to see that. I think Jay's gonna give him some good matches and be a good opponent for Damian to beat, but to make the matches interesting. Like I said, so that's a good first choice of opponent for him while continuing to CM Punk, Drew McIntyre storyline too. So, moving on from that, folks, Final Testament versus Bobby Lashley in the Street Profits. What do you guys think, Fritos?
I liked it. I mean, some of it I felt a little bit sloppy with some of the tables breaking ahead. I love the guest referee being Bubba Ray. It'd been sweet. We had both Bubba and Devon out, but I get it. And I thought, overall, great match. I wish Final Testament would have won just to build the momentum up, continue forward. But I get it for the pride. I mean, continuing their hot streak, and the draft's coming up. They can split them up, do whatever. So, makes sense.
Sure. I definitely think that Street Profits are in it for another headed towards another tag team title reign. So I'd be on the lookout for that, especially with the titles being split. Big Daddy C, what do you got?
I think for me, it was a nice little match. I believe definitely having Bubba Ray as a special guest referee was a nice surprise, especially with being in Philly, home of ECW. We already saw him there, for Paul's induction ceremony. And so it was nice to see him in the ring. They kind of do a little tribute to the Dudleys, in the match. So it was a nice little tribute, nice little match. So now, I feel like that should be done with. They both can move on their separate ways and go chase out some tag team gold. And I don't know what they're gonna do with Mr. Karrion Kross. Well, that remains to be seen. I think AOP they could be down for another run towards the tag titles as well. So I'm anxious to see what's gonna happen. So overall, I liked it. So
good deal. Coach, what do you got?
Yeah, I thought it was a good, I'll say filler match, just because of it. There wasn't really a whole lot of build up for it besides just kind of some promos and everything and video packages. But I still thought really good match, had some fun spots. It kept the energy up, because usually you see after a great first match, the second match usually doesn't deliver and the crowd kind of gets lulled to sleep, and then you're trying to get them back in the rest of the night. Kind of what happened in night one. But great job of keeping the crowd involved. I think Bubba Ray being the special guest referee kept the crowd even more involved. And I just thought overall good match. I really liked it.
Tank, what you think about the 6-man Philadelphia street fight?
Just to let you guys know, I'll need to jump off after I say my piece here. But overall, for me, it was a good match. But I think Bubba Ray was the highlight of that match. I mean, there was just too many things going on, while also not enough story. Does that make sense? Like, they were hitting this move and that move. There's no I forgot. I think you said Coach, you said there's really no build up for the match at all. And so when that happened, and then the thing that really got me, there was the botch on the table, it collapsing, and it just, I mean, I think it's a true testament of trying to do too much, trying to get their WrestleMania moments in, which is fair. Not everybody gets those moments, but I hope this isn't the end of the Karrion Kross, like his rise in a way under Trips. Knowing Triple H, he's a huge Karrion Kross guy. So hopefully, or seemingly from NXT. So hopefully we continue. But love you guys. I'm going to be jumping off here. Cody Rhodes is the champion. John Cena still sucks. I'm glad he came out to save him, but he sucks. And I love you guys. Peace.
Take it easy, Tank. Have a good one. Thanks for joining on. All right, guys. Now we are down to the Fabulous Four, and we're going to keep this ship rolling. And I have for you the Final Testament does not need to break up. They need to be transferred over to Raw. We need to see they need to be drafted over to Raw. I would love to see what they look like with maybe a face version of the Judgment Day, where people actually like the Judgment Day, maybe something like that, where they're feuding together with them and Authors of Pain or whatnot. And Karrion Kross, though, I will tell you guys this. I don't know that he's a world champion right now. I don't know that I can view him as a world champion contender. I think an Intercontinental United States Championship would look really, really great on him. But as far as a world champion, I just can't see it right now. And that may change in the future. Triple H is going to have to book his way towards that and sell me on him being a world heavyweight champion. Bobby Lashley, however, definitely needs to be in the mix for the World Heavyweight Championship or the WWE Championship coming here real soon. He is over like rubber with the fans. People still love him. It's really hard to boo against Bobby Lashley. So, like I said, I'm excited for that. Moving right along, let's get to Jake Paul. I'm sorry, not Jake Paul. His brother Logan Paul versus Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens. What'd you think, Fritos?
I loved it. I mean, I knew they were going to take the title off of Logan. His product's right there in the center of the ring. It was all over there. And, I mean, KO and Randy didn't really need the U.S. title. I mean, I thought, of course, they put on a great match. And, I mean, I'm happy with the outcome of Logan. Keeping it. Hopefully, it's taken off, and LA's the next U.S. champion.
All right. Coach, what do you got for him?
Yeah, I liked the match. I thought it had some real fun spots, like during Randy's entrance, Kevin Owens backing up and getting him on the golf cart, the callback to SmackDown. I liked how Logan Paul was trying to get them to turn on each other, but then eventually they would just both start chasing him. And then, of course, the RKO to the guy in the prime suit. Thought that was good. But then, I mean, storyline-wise, that was the right call. It wasn't anything exciting. I just thought it had some good spots that are kind of they will be memorable for a little bit, but nothing that is going to make a lasting impact. So I'm neutral on it.
Big Daddy C.
For me, I thought it was a nice match. For me being an old school TNA fan that I am, it was nice to see some former TNA guys, share the ring on a big stage of WrestleMania. So I was just proud of like seeing those guys come from that era, that from a different company to now of this era.
Whoa. See. Which match you talking about, brother?
He's on a different match.
We talking about Logan Paul. We talking about Logan Paul.
Oh, wait, I thought we were talking about. Wait, I thought somebody mentioned LA Knight and them. Okay, my bad.
Hey, listen, y'all. You can tell C ain't paying attention.
I'm sorry. My bad. No.
Hey, man. Look, check it out. I'm 80. You Paul. Stay off the bottle.
But no, for real. Yeah, I saw the match. Logan Paul, Orton, and KO. I thought Logan Paul was gonna win. I feel like KO and Orton, they didn't really either of the two winning, would have served no purpose. I mean, they both new world champions. They both held that title in particular on more than one occasion. And so I feel like, this was pretty much Logan's time to shine and really get his stock up, his popularity up in regards to his solo career. I think he's lost the last 2 Mania matches he's been in, I believe. And so I feel like it was time for him to really get that moment. So I'm glad that he was able to retain the title this time, retain the title on this stage. And so I'm anxious to see where he goes from here. I feel like ever since he's gotten in the company, he's like defied all the odds. He's really impressed me. Coming from internet star, then going to boxing. Now he's in professional wrestling. He's definitely impressed me because I was not sold when he first got to the company. So the fact that he was able to, be at this point in his career right now, this soon, is definitely impressive.
I agree 100%. All right. So, fellas, for me, I thought that this match was literally Logan Paul's party. This was all about making him look like a star, also building up heat, building up feelings for the fans towards him. Obviously, Randy Orton and Kevin Owens are made men. I mean, Randy Orton has wrestled for the WWE Championship and how many WrestleManias? And Kevin Owens got to wrestle Stone Cold Steve Austin last year. I mean, there's nothing else really for them to do that they haven't done on that stage already and presented themselves as big stars. It was time for Logan Paul to get that win, and he did so last night when he retained his United States Championship, and it was wonderful. It was a good match. Like I said, it wasn't a great match. It was a good match, and I'm happy for them. Moving right along to the piss break match of the night. We're going to call it Io Sky versus Bayley.
Damn. Wow.
Okay. I know normally I take this to the panel, but I just got to get this off my chest. From the moment this match started, I was disinterested. From the time Bayley's music hit and she came out with that stupid half haircut and everything like that, from the exact moment that new music hit, she came out. I don't know, this Egyptian thing she had tried to get going on. From the exact moment that this match started, I knew this was some BS, and I did not care about this match. I could care less about it. I mean, seriously, this is the worst match Triple H booked all weekend outside of that Dom Mysterio and Santo Escobar match. I'm telling y'all, this was the worst match, and it was a championship match. I could care less about Bayley's moment. There's no star power behind that. I know everybody in the back loves Bayley. She's a good team player, but that's what she is. She's a team player. She is not the star of the team. Stars of the team have been who they are. That is Charlotte Flair, and that is big time Becky Lynch. I mean, I'm sorry, but the other two, they're all right. But like I said, when you're talking about big stars, when you're talking about big stars, when you're talking about the ones that matter, whose stories matter and make you feel something in the stories, Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch make you feel. Bayley, I'm just kind of like, she's there. If she's tagging with Sasha Banks, that's an OMG moment. If she's tagging with Becky Lynch, that's an OMG moment. But Bayley is the least of the four horsewomen. Let's just put that out there now and get that understood. Now, moving right along, Fritos, what did you think of this match?
I mean, I'm not going to go into detail like you. Jesus Christ. You're cheering.
Scorched earth on them girls, man.
Yeah, I mean, Bayley's entrance was weird. And I mean, I liked the gold and blue Egyptian, like pharaoh. I mean, the whole, like, the color was cool and all that. But the scheme, I didn't understand that. I don't know what type of connection she has to it, or if it was just trying to usher in like a new gimmick for her, saying that she's like a pharaoh or something. I have zero idea. I mean, I thought the two put on at least a decent match. I mean, I'm just glad Bayley got her WWE WrestleMania moment, and won the title, fireworks, the whole shebang.
Yeah, still was crap. All right, Big Daddy C, what do you got?
For me, obviously, I had Becky. I had not Becky, Bayley winning.
Becky is who should have been in that match. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
But me, I want damage control to be done completely. So that means them dropping the titles. So I personally felt like Io Shirai was not fit to be a women's champion on the main card. NXT champion, yes, but women's world champion, no. So I was glad that Bayley was able to get her moment and take the strap off of Io Shirai. Can't wait to see what happens from here. I know you said they're gonna have a rematch at Backlash. So I gotta deal with that.
Same old tired, boring. You know what? But we ain't gonna talk about it.
So we get through that, and then next we'll see what's next for Bayley. After that, so probably maybe Jay, probably be Bianca.
Needs to be Bianca. A heel Bianca needs to take that title off that woman, please.
Yeah, so
quick,
I'm
fast,
neutral.
and in a hurry.
Yeah, so I'm neutral. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. I'm just glad to see Bayley win and get her moment at WrestleMania. So
sure. Coach, what do you got for him? What do you think on this match?
I liked it. I mean, I liked that Bayley got her moment. One thing that I kind of took away from that was that, I kind of agree that I don't think Io Sky is kind of that main event talent in the women's division, but she's still a pretty good performer. And I think that was the frustrating part, is that she put on a pretty good match, but she hardly ever defends her title. And that was like, why couldn't we see this all the time? Maybe that would have builded more credibility for this match of like, she is actually a fighting champion, because all the storyline is that Bayley was there to help Io always win. And now that they're one-on-one, well, Bayley knows how to beat her. That's kind of how I saw it. And it was just more frustration from previous booking into this match that got me. But at the same time, I was happy that Bayley got her moment.
1 week. For 1 week only is when I cared about this feud, and that was the week that Bayley pulled the Batista and was waiting behind the door listening to their conversation while they were talking, even though, I mean, it didn't technically work like that because she had to go and explain that she learned Japanese so that she could hear what they had, that she could understand what they were trying to say. But that was the only week that I cared about this event. Go ahead, Big C.
Don't ever compare that to that storyline.
I'm telling you what Triple H tried to book.
Historic.
Listen.
That is a historic storyline, Mike.
He did.
You know how I feel about that.
That way.
I got my book and pencil in my hand, and I'm telling you right now, that's what Triple H is going for. Except for people actually cared about Batista and wanted to see Batista turn on them. Nobody cares about Bayley. Point blank. Nobody cares about Bayley. She was a heel way too long. It's over with. Outside of her bringing back the pigtails and the wacky inflatable tube guys, it's over with for her. I like I said, she might as well go to AEW with her friend and start over fresh and new because she's just
like AEW. Damn, that's what we do.
If Bayley left WWE today, I highly doubt half the people would care.
Oh, come on now, man. Come on, man.
LA Knight versus AJ Styles. LA Knight versus AJ Styles. Fritos, what did you think of this match?
Loved it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that was it was the right call to having LA win. I mean, I felt like he should have been part of the card last year, especially being in LA. So, I mean, it was great to give him his moment.
Yeah.
And, I mean, yeah. Come on.
Yeah.
And with this loss for AJ, I mean, his new entrance coming out was, dark, gruesome, and all that, or however you want to describe it. And now with this loss, I think this is going to build his heel up even more. So I think we're going to get a great heel run with AJ. And hopefully this win also pushes LA back. I mean, maybe with Punk coming back, it kind of hurt his momentum. Losing the reins a couple of times hurt his momentum. So hopefully this win puts it back on the right track.
Right on. Big Daddy C, what do you think of this match?
All right, now that we're actually talking about this match, I can go ahead and give my actual thoughts of it. But yeah, like I was mentioning before, like just the chemistry. It's clear that these two guys got good chemistry. I'm sure they faced off before in TNA. Or Impact, whatever you want to call it, but it's now back to being TNA. But seeing those guys go from that company, have the heights that they did at that company, to now transition over to the big dog company and be on the grandest stage of them all, having a good personal, high profile match. It was great. It was a good sight to see. And so we both know, how great of a performer AJ is in the ring. LA Knight, the same thing. And so I'm anxious to see where their rivalry goes from here, because I don't believe it's over. I think they'll probably continue it for another month or two. And then we'll see what happens, after they're done with that. Do they go on to win? Do they go on to go for a world title? That remains to be seen. But I think overall it was a good match, and I can't wait to see what happens in the next installment of the rivalry. So,
Coach,
loved it. Loved the match. I'm in agreement with our Booker of the Year, Fritos, that this is not going to hurt AJ at all. I think it's going to actually build his character in his heel run. And as for LA Knight, I think this was the best match he's wrestled in WWE. I really thought this was kind of he's already been a breakout star. That was on the mic. We were waiting for that moment in the ring, and I think this match was it. I was worried that this was going to be a lot of AJ kind of carrying the match, and then LA Knight getting kind of that late push, the comeback, and then getting the victory. But I mean, it was back and forth, and it was actually LA Knight that was carrying most of the load, and I was very impressed with that. I think that's just a great sign for him in the momentum. And I mean, 70,000 people chanting LA Knight and saying, yeah, I mean, that momentum's not
dying for him.
Agreed. You fellas hit it right on the head. Yeah, LA Knight is the man. Yeah. Like I said, but let me talk to you. LA Knight did his thing. AJ Styles did his thing too. This was the perfect opponent. I was originally really upset because I really wanted LA Knight to get a championship match at WrestleMania. I thought he had earned it and worked his way towards it. But again, good things come to those who wait. So, like I said, we're going to get all we want of LA Knight and then some as the weeks and months go forward. Claude, don't pause me. Don't. I didn't read it like that, bro.
No, I didn't catch it. I'm sorry, my bad.
Oh, thank God. Okay, never mind. Anyways, yeah, but like I said, it was all in all, I think this was the perfect opponent for LA Knight for his first WrestleMania. Somebody, like I said, that's getting good heat. It worked for both of them, I think, very well. And all in all, a good match. Now, last but not least, to close out the episode, Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes, the finish of the story, Bloodline rules. Fritos, give it to him.
Loved it. I loved it from the very beginning to the end with Cody with that apocalyptic looking like stuff on the Jumbotron. That mask that he wore, I know a Tank was kind of indifferent on it, but I loved it. I wish they had like some like black velvet for like the eyes and the mouth where you couldn't see Cody's face just to make it look more popish out. Mm-hmm. And actually found out later that Bray Wyatt's friend that made the Fiend mask, he's the one that designed that. So that's kind of a cool little fun tidbit for you.
Yep.
Roman's entrance, I thought it was cool with all the drums and stuff. I wish they had the entire Bloodline family on the ramp to like welcome the tribal chief going into the ring. I thought that would have been pretty sick, but the whole entrance itself still was pretty cool. Then the match, they've got great chemistry. I mean, this is the second go about they've had, especially on or third match they've had on WrestleMania. So, I mean, they know what they're working with each other.
Yep.
I loved everyone that was involved with Solo, Jimmy, Jey, The Rock, John Cena, Seth being the literal shield and taking the shot, saving Cody. And the only one I'm really surprised about is Undertaker. I wish it was Stone Cold because, I mean, we got that little teaser on the trailer, but I've heard, couldn't work out with his contract or something like that. But also the fact that Taker still has history with both those guys, so it makes a little bit sense too.
Right.
And then just having everyone come out, all of the faces that fought with him, Punk, LA, Randy, KO, is literally probably the best WrestleMania moment that I've seen in years. And really just my favorite at all.
Yep.
But yeah.
Big Daddy C.
I loved it, man. And I know it's pretty much the segment, the match and everything itself. I know because they had a lot of time to work with within that last hour. But I feel like for the most part, it definitely lived up to the hype. Bloodline rules, just everything, the whole end game like style they pulled off. The Roman and Rock and Roman pretty much being Thanos and his minions and all that stuff, and that everybody, all the Avengers come out, even though they're old Avengers, and it was nice to see. It definitely had a great pop. I also wish Austin would have been there because man, that roof would have been blown off the place, man. Man, to see Austin and Rock face to face, like as opposing figures, as opposed to be on the same side, man, that would have been like going back in time, like 25 to 30 years. Like it would have been crazy. So I definitely would have wished for that. But overall, it was a great ending to the show. Cody finished the story as we all predicted and wanted to see. I'm excited to see what happens from here. Who Cody's going to feud with. We don't know if Roman is done. If he's going. I saw a video of him on working out. Yeah, and so I'm like, is he gonna get his rematch because he kind of technically gets the rematch clause. So is he gonna step back into it, or he's gonna just take his time off, or what? So we'll see what happens on Friday. But for the most part, the main event lived up to the hype, and overall WrestleMania was a good show. It was a great show. And so Triple H did his thing, man.
Coach, last final words.
Loved it. Loved every single moment of that match. The beginning to where Roman hit the crossroads on Cody for the 2 count, and even saying,
"Girl, shut up." My bad. Talking to my cat. Sorry. My bad. Go ahead.
I felt attacked there
Coach.
for a second.
No, it's
Hey,
my cat.
bro,
Sorry.
listen, I jumped so hard when he said that. I was like,
my bad, Coach. Yeah.
Oh, you're good. See, just scared me a little bit. My God,
bro, I almost pissed myself a little bit. I ain't gonna hold you.
But Roman hitting the crossroads on Cody, and just you hearing him saying, "I just wanted to try that, see what happens," and then him just saying, "How does anybody even lose to this one? How does anybody lose to this move?" And everything. I just thought that was perfect heel work and everything. And then from just the near falls from Jimmy getting involved and Jey getting involved, and both of them flying off the ramp onto the tables. Solo coming back, and you're thinking, oh no, it's going to happen just like last year. And then him still kicking out. Cena coming back, taking him out. Rock and Cena again. You almost want that one more time for a match. And yes, I was expecting Stone Cold. And I think the crowd was, you could hear them start chanting Austin. But even as soon as that gong hit, that bell, I got goosebumps because I was like, oh my gosh, like this was such a good pivot from Austin.
Yeah.
Because you think about Undertaker, and if they're kind of erasing Brock Lesnar from WWE, if that's what the plan is and everything, technically Roman is the one who ended the Undertaker's streak. So him being there is not as
got some history.
Yeah, that is not as far-fetched as people are saying of like, oh, well, why is the Undertaker there? That's so random. It's like, not really. There is history there, and I thought it was just beautifully executed. Seth being there, the mind games of literally being in the Shield outfit, bringing back that PTSD for Roman when he got hit with the chair. And Virgil, I think you mentioned this as well in our group chat, that kind of psychological thing that was Roman's downfall, is that he was still obsessed with how Seth broke the Shield, that he, instead of hitting Cody, he hit Seth instead, and that eventually cost him the match. And also, when that Shield music hit, I legitimately thought that Dean Ambrose was coming back.
I was like,
I did also.
Yep.
Did they pull off the improbable? Like, did Triple H really like collab with Tony Khan? Like, did Tony Khan really get his man to go ahead to get Dean for John Moxley for one night? like man, it just seemed like, man, I like, because the pop that would have went the pop would have been crazy if Moxley walked out there, man.
Yeah. But all in all, loved it.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So for me, obviously, I think I give it the chef's kiss. Great match. Great makeup of the match. We knew what was going to happen. We knew the end result. We just didn't know how we were going to get there. But WWE, Triple H, the booking team got us there. And I enjoyed every moment of it. I enjoyed the ride, as The Rock was saying. Like I said, and they took us on a hell of a ride. It was a good time, that roller coaster of emotions and feelings and whatnot. The false finishes, the using each other's finishing moves, Cody Rhodes hitting the spear, Roman Reigns hitting the crossroads, all these different things. Like I said, it was great. It was a really, really, really good time. Chef's kiss. And now we move forward. We look forward to the future, and we look forward to the future with you, all of our listeners. Thank you so much for patronizing the show, for listening, and please like and subscribe if you have not. This is your first time listening. I am Virgil. That's Fritos. That's Coach. That's Big Daddy C. And from Tank. Thanks for listening, folks. We'll see you guys this next coming Sunday.